What's up, good people? It's your boy Leroy McKenzie Jr. and the What's Up Baltimore magazine crew. We here because we have the latest issue of What's Up Baltimore. As y'all can see, I got the magazine and I got the background, so you can see it's. I mean, just bright, colorful. I'm loving this cover of the magazine. But we are here. We are What's Up Baltimore magazine. We're in the city. We're in the community, for the community, and about the community. We are What's Up Baltimore, and we have just been having a ball speaking with some of the participants that are in the magazine that have articles, and we also are speaking with some of our business supporters that are in the magazine as well. And it is today is no different. We just wanted to take a few minutes to have them come on, talk about their businesses, the products and services that they offer, because the folks in the magazine, and this is what I found out, and y'all will meet this young lady that's here with me today in just a couple of seconds. But the business owners, entrepreneurs that have been in the magazine, and even the articles that we write, they have just been phenomenal and have just been spot on with the mission and the message of What's Up Baltimore. So it's just a joy to talk with them. It's a joy to give you all the opportunity to meet them and to see their products and services that they offer to the community, because that's what it's about. So today is no different, and I want to introduce everyone to Evangelist Nodella Sacagawea Jordan.
Yes.
I got you. I got you. You didn't think I was gonna say it, did you? You didn't think I was gonna say it. I know. But she is just a phenomenal woman who is in the magazine, and I'm gonna be holding this up several times, but I always get it wrong which way to hold it. But can y'all see that? Y'all
I
see
can see it. Yes. Uh-huh.
right down there in the magazine. And it is just a joy to have you here with us. And we're going to jump right in because we didn't want to be before everybody long and everything like that, but we wanted to give you the opportunity to just come and talk to the people really quickly about who you are and what you're doing and the great impact that you're having in the city, in the community, with the great things that you do. So, why don't you introduce yourself to everyone and tell them a little bit about what you do?
All right. So actually, I am no longer evangelist. I am actually elder
You
elect.
know, I was going to ask you about that because I saw that in there. So I ain't want to preempt myself and get it wrong. So
Yes.
absolutely, congratulations on
Yes.
that too, Elder.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, I am actually elder elect Nodella Sacagawea Jordan. And just to quickly, for those of you who know me just by Nodella Jordan, the reason why I added my middle name is because I really wanted to set myself apart. Um, First of all, there's a lot of people's identities being stolen. My identity actually was stolen a couple of times. It was a third attempt. And so by adding my middle name, because also my business name is NSJ, my ministry name is NSJ Ministries, and then the global business name is NSJ Enterprises LLC. Thank you, Leroy, for your help with that. And so I just decided to make my middle name part of who I am because it actually is. And to just help people to understand what does the NSJ stands for. Well, when you see it, Nodella Sacagawea Jordan, you pretty much figure, okay, that's what NSJ stands for. But I love my middle name. My parents thought to give me that name. Now there was 8 of us, and they could have given that name to any of my other siblings, or the girls at least, because it is a girl's name. And anyone who Googles Sacagawea, or if you attended history class, you should know who Sacagawea is. And I love my middle name as much as I love my first name. And so I just decided to add it, to my name, where whatever I'm publishing, posting, I include my middle name now. And so the other day I sent a text message to a pastor, and I have first, middle, and last name. And so when she called me, she was like, "So which name do I call you by?" You know. And again, I just, appreciate, and that's my way of also honoring my parents for, wanting to name me, give me that name. Now, most of my siblings, we all have either unique first names and or unique middle names as
Mm.
well. Um, but as you know how we do, and as we even talked on the show last night, understanding, how to focus on your dream and yourself. And I shared about how, we also discussed about you cannot remain in the same place from 5, 10, even 20 years ago. That you always should be not necessarily reinventing yourself, but perhaps expanding or advancing or furthering yourself. And so since the last time we talked, I now have a second broadcast. So my first broadcast was Wednesday's Word Live Bible Study broadcast. So I now have a second broadcast called the Kingdom Forum. And my mantra is kingdom mind, excuse me, a kingdom agenda for the kingdom minded. And that got started in January this year, because there's so much that's going on in the church realm, in the body of Christ. And I created this platform because I wanted to have, and I'm going to use this word for the first time ever in my life, I wanted to have a bipartisan discussion about the things that go on within the church realm. We've seen this year, I'm not even going to go into last year. I'm just going to focus on this year. We've seen some things that has hit the news that, really has separated, divided, and rocked the church body. And I was like, we need to fix these things through, again, bipartisan conversation. And so it's a panel discussion where I invite various levels of ministers. I give them the topic, and then I'm like, okay, let's have a conversation about this. And I think having a like a panel discussion about it will allow people to see it's not just one person's opinion about a particular topic, but it's a number of us, and we all are like-minded or even have come to the same agreement, surrounding a particular topic. And so even tomorrow, I'm having a May segment at 5 p.m. And again, it's called the Kingdom Forum. And we're going to be discussing women in ministry. Why are a lot of churches still forbidding women to function in ministry on any level? There are a lot of churches who just want the women to come in, sit down, be quiet, and have no parts in ministry. But one of the things we do with the Kingdom Forum is that we don't do any bashing. We don't do that negative stuff. That's not the kind of platform this is. My goal for this platform is to create solutions, to give answers, and to bring clarity, because we know there are so many people who saying the Lord is talking to me over here, the Lord is talking to me over here, and the Lord, and it's clashing. And so how is it that the same God is talking to each of us who say we believe in the same God, but he's talking different things to each of us, but we're saying this is what he's saying in this season? But everybody's saying, no, he's talking to me, no, he's talking to me. Everybody wants to be that favorite voice of God, of who he's talking to, when the reality is that he's talking to everyone who has an ear to want to hear what his spirit is saying to him. And so I have two broadcasts and I have two talk shows. Last night you appeared on Intimate Talk Show. That is now about 2.5 years old. And it's going great. And again, thank you so much for always gracing us with your presence, with your knowledge and experience. And then I created a second talk show called Intimate Talk Book Talk. And as we shared before, it's similar to what you do, but what I want to hone in on is have the author to read from their book, so that the audience will know what actual content is in your book. And so we tell people, oh, you need to buy my book, you need to buy my this. And people are like, well, why should I buy it? And although we're telling you, well, my book is about this, but when you read the actual content and people, find themselves, ooh, okay, I can relate to that. It changes the, potential reader's perspective when you actually read content from your book. So that's kind of what I got going on, in addition to the fact that I'm now elder elect, as I'm progressing towards becoming a pastor within about a year or two. My goal is to become a pastor, and that is a call. It's not something that I chose, definitely. It's not something that you go running into, although, some people have, but, I thought about it long and hard and wanted to make sure that that was what God wanted for me. And so that's, another thing that I'm working on, in addition to me being, two-time published author. No bestsellers yet, but, we do understand, when you're just entering into a game like that, it does take time, so I'm okay with it, but my books are out there.
Absolutely. Now, I want you to talk about, because you brought up a dynamic that I'd like for you to talk on really briefly, and that's being a woman entrepreneur, being a woman in the church, like you talked about, and then even the books that you've written. It comes from, of course, a woman's perspective, but there's a certain dynamic that you wanted to, I think, message that you wanted to give people with those books. Can you just talk about being a woman entrepreneur in business, and even the effect that that has on the community? What effect do you think that that has on the community?
Well, when I look back over my life, I actually was an entrepreneur. We weren't using that terminology back in those days as a kid. But when I look back, even in my youth, I used to braid people's hair, and I would charge $1 a head. And then I added babysitting. I
Mm.
technically, according to the definition as I understand of what an entrepreneur was, I was a 7, 8 year old
Yep,
entrepreneur. And
absolutely.
again, because they didn't identify us like that. I mean, if you were shoveling people houses
Yep.
and you was getting paid, listen, you was an entrepreneur. You may not have had a business name to make it official, but guess what? People knew who to call. People knew where you lived, and when they needed whatever it is from you, they knew who to go to. And that's what I was known for, was braiding hair. And then as I got older, I was known for being a great babysitter. And so again, when I look back, I was like, God was preparing me then. And then I continued with the babysitting gig for a little bit. Then when I got into my teens, my father was a painting slash construction contractor. And so his boss hired me one summer to come in, to help clean up after they finish a particular job. I would come in and clean up, and they paid me, he paid me. He was like, how much you want to get paid? I told him how much I wanted to get paid, and he actually agreed. I was surprised because, I figured I was a kid, and I was like, okay, is he going to pay me? But he actually agreed to pay me, that amount of money. All that worked into me becoming an entrepreneur some years later, not realizing or even recognizing it was truly the hand of God on my life. Whether people want to admit it or acknowledge it or not, the hand of God was definitely on my life. And so, after I, went to school and everything, I did not go to business school. That's the other thing. I didn't go to business school. I didn't receive any formal training. But I also say, what better training than God? Nobody can train us better than him. And so I started then with a graphic design business, a home graphic design business. And I did fairly well with that business. Then I became an event coordinator, which I was very good at. Then I became a host or hostess for a comedy show. I put together these comedy shows, and they were, out of all the shows I put together, only one failed, you know. But everything that I put my hands to, I humbly say, God has blessed me to be successful. And so
Absolutely.
being an entrepreneur, it takes, as we talked about last night, the first thing, it takes discipline, it takes focus. And so I have that discipline and I have that focus that I have to do this because this is what was given to me to do. And I cannot say, oh, well, I don't have time or I don't want to do it. But I've come to recognize my calling as being an entrepreneur, to have all these various businesses. And people still reach out to me now, although I really don't do too much graphic designing. People still reach out to me, say, hey, can you put together a flyer for me? And I had to tell a few, I said, I'm really not doing that anymore. I said, but I'll help you out. you know um I work with outreach. I do work with a pastor here with outreach. So I do stay busy with a lot of things, and these things are not just for my benefit. And like you said, how am I benefiting the community again? So I do assist with the outreach here. They give away food, they give away clothing, just a number of things. And my desire is to even escalate that, to a greater level, to where we can truly meet their needs, not just with giving them food and clothing, but even helping them to learn new skills so that they can either get a job, and a great job, or they again start their business. We know that with all the people that we have on the earth, and we know that a percentage of that is children, but still with the number of adults, there's more than enough people on this earth to truly support everybody who opens a business or starts a business, no matter what it is. You just have to make sure that it's something that you want to do, and that also you have to feel your customer base to make sure it's something that they're interested in.
Absolutely. Now, how can folks purchase any of your books, or to be able to get the other products and service, take advantage of the other
Okay.
products and services that you have?
So these are my two books, The Intimate Place. I always forget
I know. I
which
try
way
to.
to.
You good there?
So the first one is The Intimate Place, My God, My Man, Myself. This one, just quickly, is just, I wrote this just to get us refamiliarized with intimacy, because it seems like it's something that people really did not make part of their relationships consciously. So The Intimate Place, My God, My Man, Myself, which I refer to as The Intimate Place, is just a book where I wrote about us getting back to the root of having true intimacy, and identifying that true intimacy does not equal sex. Because even as you and I are talking on this broadcast, we're actually having verbal intimacy, we're having emotional intimacy, and we're having mental intimacy, as well as spiritual intimacy. And some of you may say, well, how is that? Because intimacy is about having close relations with someone, and it has nothing to do with sex. So we know that's not where we're at, because you're my brother, you call me your sister, so that's not where our mindset is. And then also quickly, Sassy, The Perfect Life is my latest book, and I'm working on part two because it was just so much to Sassy, The Perfect Life. Is that it's about this young girl who sets out on this journey of obtaining what she calls the perfect life. Now, we know ultimately, ideally, there's no perfect life, but it's perfect for what you want, such as, let's just say if you and I got married, to me, you would be perfect for me. That's my perfect life.
Mhm.
Not that you're perfect or
Right.
flawless and vice versa. It's just that we find that we complement each other so much to the magnitude that we say, oh, he's perfect for me or she's perfect for me. So Sassy sets out on this journey to obtain a perfect life, but she goes through some trying times, or some challenges or struggles before she actually gets to that place of having the perfect life or the ideal life. Both of my books, they're available on Amazon, um, You can also go to my website at www.n as in Nodella, S as in Sacagawea, J as in Jordan, ministries.com. You can go to www.nsjministries.com. Also, I also created journals to for each of these books. And this one is for the intimate place. When you go to my website, you'll see other samples of journals that also will match Sassy. And they're blank journals. There's nothing pre-written inside of them. And they're journals just for you to record, if you want to record anything as you read the books, how the book is helping you, or if you just want to use it just as a regular journal, if you could also use it for something for work or meetings or anything. So the journals are versatile. Although it says the Intimate Place Journal, it's versatile and can be used for any purpose. It is a hardback cover, and there is, I think, about 120 pages. Again, you can also find that on my website. And then the last endeavor that I have is that from Sassy, the Perfect Life book, I created a casual clothing line. It's primarily like t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, things of that nature, matching baseball caps, mugs, the journals, also where you can create gift sets. And again, that was inspired by Sassy the Perfect Life. That is on a separate website, and it's simply www.sassyswagcollections.clothing. And Sassy is Sassy, swag like swag, SWAG, collections with an S at the end.com. So it's www.sassyswagcollections.com. So those are the things that I'm working on. And every time I think that I'm clearing off my plate, something else comes along to replace. And I know you know that all too well. Here comes something else to add on to the plate. But I just want to share with everybody is that I love everything that I do. I know it seems like a lot, and it is for the most part, but I tell each and every one of you, I love what I do. And if you are looking, to step out, listen, you got Leroy, you got myself. We're both on social media. If I can be of assistance to you, please feel free to, reach out to me, because I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on LinkedIn. And then if you just Google me, my name will come up as well. So my name is out there.
Absolutely, and I promise you, you will not. I can't. I honestly, truly believe. I know that there's not another Nodella Sacagawea Jordan out there. You ain't gonna find.
Definitely.
So you know
Not
it's.
that. Yeah, not that combination.
Nah, yeah, yeah,
No.
you
And
are not
even
gonna
with the
find it.
name Nodella, it's still a very rare name, so you're still not going to find a lot of Nodellas out there.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is a last name for one TV character or actor from back in the 70s, Burt Nodella. I think it was Get You Shorty, or I'm going to get you
Get you
Shorty, or
shorty. Okay.
something. And then there's an artist who has it as a last name as well. I don't know who the artist is. So the name, it's out there just a little bit. But like you said, definitely not the variation with first, middle, and last name.
Last name, absolutely.
Yeah, so it won't be hard to find me. And then you see my face. So I always look to match the face with the name as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, do y'all see why now I get excited when it comes to what's up Baltimore and the people that we have in this magazine? Because we wanted to shine a light on those individuals, those organizations, those people that are doing some great and phenomenal things, not just here in Baltimore, but we say the surrounding area, but we're talking all over there too. But our foundation is Baltimore because Baltimore has such a rich history of great,
Yes,
intelligent people,
yes,
excellence in everything. And what you get in other media outlets is not these positive things that folks are doing. So we wanted to be able to do that. So Nadella, thank you for being in the magazine there,
yes.
being
Thank
in
you
our
for
latest
having
and
me.
greatest issue. It is just awesome to have you. Now you all can go to I got that right. There it is. There it is. You all can go to subscribe. You can actually go to www.ladyjmedia.com, and you can actually subscribe to the magazine and get your very own delivered to your door. You can actually subscribe. You can do a monthly subscription or you can do an annual subscription. Either one of those, to be able to have the magazine delivered to you. You can also do the digital download as well. And you can do all of that right there at www.ladyjmedia.com. We are just happy to have this out there because there's not, to me, I haven't seen, and this is why we did it, there's not another magazine that we've seen that does this particular thing anymore. The Ebony's, the Jets, the Essence, all of those. Essence is still here, but those other
Yes,
magazines have just kind of, Black Enterprise have kind of gone their way, and it's time for other magazines to step up and do so. That was
absolutely.
what we wanted to do. So, Nodella,
Absolutely.
Nodella, again, thank you. Can your contact website information one more time before we go.
So my ministry website, which is where you can purchase the books, is www.nsjministries.com. And for the clothing, also that carries the journals. Again, their hardback is www.sassyswagcollections.clothing. And also, again, Sassy Swag Collection, Sassy and Swag Collections is on Facebook. We are also on Instagram. So I forgot Instagram. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Please subscribe. I'm on YouTube as well. And I think I might be missing one. But again, if you Google me, what Google does now is that when you Google a person's name, it will bring up actually your social media profiles as well. So Sassy and Swag Collections is out there on Google as well. Like I said, it's on Facebook and Twitter. We're also on Twitter and Instagram. So these are the main social media platforms that's really going on. I don't do TikTok. I'm just sticking with these main ones. So again, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
LinkedIn. Did you say LinkedIn too?
LinkedIn. I am on LinkedIn professionally and business wise. It's kind of half and half. And just again, you can also always Google, but you can find me as Nodella Sakajuwia Jordan, but you can also find Sassy and Swag Collections under its own name as well. So it's not all under my name. Sassy and Swag is under its own name on Facebook, Twitter, and you'll find it under me on Instagram. And I just want to quickly say, if you have not received any of their What's Up Baltimore magazine, let me just share with you, it is of high quality. The printing is excellent printing. The content is really good content. So I'm telling you, if you're not subscribed, you're missing out. But again, I just want to echo Leroy to definitely subscribe, whether it's electronically or whatever. You won't be disappointed because it's a magazine that also promotes us as well, and we don't get a lot of that. But it's great that y'all are promoting your own as well. Not, like you said, not just Merlin, but you're promoting your own as well.
Absolutely, because that's what it's about. What's up, Baltimore? We're in the community, we're for the community, and we're about the community. So
Yes.
we want to ensure that we have a voice, and our community has a
Yes.
voice and has a positive voice that goes out there. So thank you again. And I'm gonna put this bug in your ear real quick about Sassy. I don't know why I'm seeing a doll that has all of the Sassy bling and everything on it. I'm just saying.
Well, okay. And so we'll talk offline because you're actually tapping into the vein of something.
Mm.
So we'll talk offline. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So thank you again. It's your boy. It's Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, and What's Up Baltimore magazine. We This is 2021, y'all. We're leaving the familiar and we're elevating our influence, and that's what we are about here in What's Up Baltimore. So, until next time, we'll talk to you all soon.
Yes. Have a great day.